Good morning, Destiny players, and welcome back to a new build video, this time on the Titan class again. Apologies for less uploads. I'm not as motivated to play Destiny as I once was when I was a young whippersnapper. I'm more playing Minecraft. Hey, check out my second channel. I am Bladeburger, your local "Oh Tower of Ivory, why do you shine so bright in the light" kind of guy, and in this video we talk melee again. It's Titan, there's gonna be melee. We're talking Severance Enclosure, a recently buffed exotic. Make sure to do what the algorithm enjoys, check out my second channel in the description along with a few other links that are very nice, and let's get into this build with Severance Enclosure. Let's get it said straight away, this build is not for Grandmasters or even higher level content. This build is more for low content, like seasonal content that doesn't go 20 power over. How many times did I say content in that one sentence? I'd say for coil branches 1 and 2, maybe 3, but it'll definitely struggle on the last coil branch. Like my Shinobu's Vow build of old, except this build wasn't killed by Bungie's recent mod nerfs. Rip Shinobu's Vow died so Banner of War could be absolutely unaffected by any nerfs. Anyways, Severance Enclosure allows powered melee kills, and there's an asterisk next to that line, powered melee kills, I'll get into that in a bit, and finishers create a substantial explosion. The higher tier of enemy, the bigger and more damaging the explosion is. As for the asterisk on the powered melee kills part, there's a reason for that. As pointed out in a recent Cool Guy video here, link in the description below, for whatever reason, when you have any buff that affects melee on any light subclass, like Roaring Flames, Knockout, or Offensive Bulwark, it counts unpowered melees as powered melees. So those melees trigger Severance Enclosure. Doesn't work on Stasis or Strand for some reason, only the light subclasses. With this in mind, we narrow down to subclass, and honestly I don't have too many Void builds, so I chose Void Titan for this build. Let's get to the class. For class, Void Titan with either super, your choice. Want to run bubble? Go for it. Shield throw stuff? Have fun, champ. For barricade, I went with the smaller one as it has a quicker cooldown for important stuff in a bit. For melee, shield throw. Yeet a shield that bounces on walls and enemies. Gives an overshield on hits. For grenade, run whatever you want honestly, this is a melee build after all. For aspects, offensive bulwark. You get better grenade recharge, melee damage, and overshield extension on melee kills while inside a warded dot, or while you have an overshield. We also have Bastion. Popping a barricade gives an overshield, and standing behind it also gives one. You also give nearby allies an overshield whenever you pop your super. For fragments, Echo of Exchange. Melee kills give grenade energy. Echo Starvation, picking up a Void Breach, which gives class ability energy, or an Overpower grants Devour, which gives health and grenade energy on kills. Echo of Persistence, Void buffs like Overshield or Devour last longer. Echo of Cessation, finisher kills make nearby enemies volatile, and kills on volatile enemies makes a Void Breach. So there's the class, now let's talk stats and weapons. For weapons, I highly recommend something with destabilizing rounds. There's a few weapons this season like the reissued Vouchsafe with it, and it's a huge help to trigger Aggro of Cessation constantly, giving us Void Breaches which give class ability energy. This is a melee build at heart, but the class ability is used to kickstart all of this. For stats, prioritize Strength and Resilience. Strength for melee cooldown, and Resilience for not dying and barricade cooldown. Do whatever with your other stats. Now let's get to the mods. This is a Kickstart Center build, building up armor charges with Orb Creation to use with kickstarts to regain melee energy back. Let's get to it. On Helmet, double hands on, giving us more super energy on powered melee kills. We also have Harmonic Siphon, allowing multi-kills with weapons magic or subclass type to make an orb power. On Arms, double melee kickstart. When you use your powered melee, consume any armor charges you have to gain melee energy back, requires an armor charge to activate. This wasn't the case before, but Banner of War became a thing, so this got nerfed alongside the next mod, Heavy Handed. Makes an overpower on powered melee kills with a terrible 10-second cooldown, which needs to be reverted so builds like Shinobu's Vow can actually function. I remember the days back in Season of the Seraph when I used Shinobu's Vow all the time, and it was great. Can we go back to that kind of build crafting? On Chest Piece, double resist mods and charged up, increasing our armor charge carrying capacity to 4. On Boots, double invigoration. Orbs of power give melee energy. We also have stacks on stacks, allowing any armor charge gained to be double. Doesn't stack. On class item, Outreach. Using our barricade gives melee energy. We also have Powerful Attraction, where popping a barricade slurps up all nearby orbs, and also motes when you're in Gambit. We also have Reaper, where the next weapon kill after using our barricade makes an aura power. With the mods done, here's the usual overview of the mods. Draw your last pathetic card, study this build, and make sure to comment how amazing my drip is. Now let's get to how this build plays. This build is a really fun one. Not a huge powerhouse like Banner of War, but still a good one. The constant explosions from Severance can easily clear rooms with just a single shield throw. It's surprising how big the explosions are, and they can be constant while you have an overshield applied. No shield throw needed. The interaction with Events of Bulwark and Severance Enclosure makes a trigger on every melee kill while you have an overshield. The main flaw with this build is actually the cooldown on your barricade. If you don't have your barricade ready, you can't start the chain. We do have mods to circumvent this, but the main mod to make Orbs for Invigoration got nerfed and now has a cooldown to it. When the title comes back next Guardian Games, be sure to grind it if it rolls with destabilizing rounds. Try this build out for yourself today, link to the build in the description below. Thank you all for watching, stay tuned for the next one. Blade Burger out!